All right, guys. Well, we're here. The time has come. The week of the retreat, just a few days away, and we got a lot of things to do still before the time comes. We are all going to be making our own way there, but there are a number of caravans that are happening, and so I'd urge you to find out with the guys from your church or a group from near where you are how you're going to get out to Camp Lone Star. I've also included a map on the men's retreat website that you can look at the map, find out exactly how to get there. I know there's going to be a group of guys from Messiah Church leaving here on Friday afternoon, evening to go up there. If you need more information about that, let me know. I'm going to be leaving from the church at about 9:30, so anybody in the San Antonio area who wants to leave with me, feel free to do that. Um, Right. Yep. That's it. That's right. I've got him right here. Super Bowl championship coach Tony Dungy of the Indianapolis Colts. Good to have you, Mr. Dungy, with us. I just wanted to do a few quick questions with you here. You've done a lot of the groundwork for this men's retreat. I really appreciate all the work that you've done to kind of get this thing lined up. I'm looking at the screen now, and I see that where you are, it looks like there's already guys on the way to the retreat. It looks like they're already out there on the streets, but they're kind of going every which way. Do you have any suggestions for the guys who are going to the retreat? How should they go? How should they get to Camp Lone Star? Any suggestions for what they should do to get there?
Get there as a group, but so many guys have gone off and branched out.
Ha ha. Yeah, tell me about it, Tony. These guys really do branch off. I've been trying to corral them and get them to answer emails and send me checks for weeks now. And branching off, well, that's putting it lightly. Anyway, on to the next question. I was wondering, you've been out to Camp Lone Star a number of times now. What is that trip like? Is it a tough trip? Is it a nice commute? Is it something that any of these guys should be worried about?
But the Lord doesn't always take you in a straight line. He doesn't always take you in a direct path. I think he tests you sometimes to see if you're going to keep the faith and hang in there.
Wow, really? That tough a trip, huh? Hard to believe. So after a trip like that, I guess when you actually get to the camp, it must be quite a feeling. It must be something that you're really looking forward to. What's that like?
Oh, that was a great feeling. You just don't know how it's going to feel. You don't know what to expect. It's just such a great feeling to get here. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but it feels great.
Well, that's great. That's good news. Now, this weekend at the retreat, we've got a lot of different events planned, a lot of fun activities, things like that. People are really looking forward to it. I'm sure you are too. When the guys get there to the retreat center and you're there to see them, what kind of a message do you have for them? What are you going to tell them when they get there?
I'll say this. We have a party tonight. We got a parade in Indianapolis tomorrow. We're going to probably go to the White House.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Hold up there, Mr. Dungy. That's getting a little out of control, don't you think? Let's try to keep this retreat here in Texas for now. I tell you what, one of the events that the guys are really looking forward to is the shooting events. It's kind of a unique thing for a men's retreat. We're excited to have it. A lot of guys who have never shot before are going to be out there shooting. Do you have any words of wisdom, words of caution for us in an event like this?
No incidents. No incidents. No incidents. And to me, that's what it's all about.
Well, those are wise words. Good words for us to take to heart and follow out there on the gun range. No incidents is right. Well, I tell you what, one of the other great events that we have is the disc golf course and competition for those who want to compete. Pastor Fick is really interested in this. And Pastor Steve Fick, he tells me he's going to kick your tail out there on the disc golf course.
Pardon me?
Yeah, that's what I said too. Pardon me. Well, we'll all see how that plays out. But really, the main event this weekend is really getting closer to God, and we've got some great speakers here lined up to speak. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be one of those speakers. I just found out recently that you actually had gone through several different teams of speakers before you settled on our group of guys. I think it was 5 different groups of speakers that you weeded out before you settled on this group. Can you tell me about this group of presenters that we've got this weekend? This team that we have.
And I think this may not be our most talented team.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Um, But really, yeah, I mean, it is a pretty good group of guys. Friday night we got Ryan Newhouse. What do you know about him?
Very, very professional, very gentlemanly.
Well, I'd have to agree with you on that one. Real gentleman from the word go on Ryan. Then the next day we've got my brother Paul Gakey. You've had a little bit of chance to get to know him, I think. What do you know about him?
And it's great to be around him.
You sure we're talking about the same guy? Well, glad you had a good experience. Anyway, then coming on Saturday evening is going to be Jim Miller presenting. Yeah, he's the one that did the enchilada video. You know, the guy who ate the enchilada plate the night before, and now you're rooming with him. I heard your wife walk through the room while you were playing Jim's video, and she was kind of offended by it. What are you going to do to smooth things over there?
And we talked about it last night. We've been through some personal things. I'll talk with Jim and my wife, and everything else will work itself out.
Well, that's good to hear. Glad that things are going to work out there. And then finally, our last speaker is yours truly. You and I had a chance to spend some time together this past week. Really enjoyed that. Was wondering if you had any reflections on our time together.
There was no negatives all week.
Oh, stop it. Hey, that's very kind of you to say that. But listen, I had a great time with you this week as well. One of the last things I want to talk about is what you think about the raffle. Looks like we're going to have the opportunity to raffle off a firearm for someone to go home with. What would you think about winning something like that?
But if that's all we did was win one, it would only be half fulfilling.
Well, you're probably right about that. I'll tell you what, I really appreciate you giving me the time for this interview. The real focus of this all, of course, is not winning a firearm or getting out there and shooting, but getting closer to God and becoming the men that He's designed us to be. Hope to see you out there. Look forward to seeing all the rest of you too. See you now.